have it in the video later. So the website is Wolfram Alpha. If you go to this website, there's a box here, and you can type in something like this once it loads. No, stop. No, I don't want this. Okay, stop. Accept. Plot y equals x squared plus x plus 1. You can type in something like this. You hit enter, and then you scroll down. There we go. There it is. You get the plot.
What does it do? Graphs?
I think the only difference is this graph looks like it's zoomed out more, because you see here you go 1, 1.5, 2, whereas in this one here you go 10, 20, 30. So I think it's just a zoom out. That's the only difference. The scale.
Units of the axis.
I don't know if you can, because there's two versions, a free version and a paid version. And I think for the free version you have limited control. But in the paid version you can obviously do this.
But in exams they usually just ask you for the they don't ask you to make the scale. They ask you to make your own scale.
Yeah.
They give you a scale.
Yeah, they don't give you a scale.
Yeah.
Okay, make your own.
This is okay for any.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah?
I use photomat. I should just like snap it and then the answer comes out from the graph.
Oh yeah, I've seen students were telling me about this tool. Yeah.
That's what I use like normally.
Yeah, so you can check the graphs this way then.
So
It can make a graph.
I just snap it and then the graph comes out.
Yeah, if you were to like snap this
Yes.
function here, then it makes the graph. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a free app?
Yeah, it's free, but the point you pay for 1 or 2 days, but it's free. Like the graph plotting and then solving of normal questions, those are free.
Free, but you have to pay for extra features, is it?
Yeah, extra.
Sorry.
And is it expensive?
Not really.
So this 19 over 12 and 706.
Anyways, you should write this website down.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
useful. Oh, good. Okay.
This website.
Wolfram Alpha.
1B.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
Dami, I heard there's a Chinese version of this app as well, where you can take pictures of questions.
Oh,
You know and it gives you the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like the vocabulary.
Yeah, it recognises the words. Just pretty impressive.
16.
Very impressive. Yeah.
Oh, no, not here.
It is 1.2.
32 plus 4 is 63.
Okay, so you can, guys, Marwan Bello. So you can, Bello, I'm talking, please. You can use that website to make graphs if you need to check anything. Okay? So we'll have a look now at the next lesson. Bello, please. You keep interrupting me as I'm talking now, and I've asked you a couple of times. Discriminant. Yeah, new topic. So, if we go back to the quadratic formula, we notice something interesting here. Are you sick?
No.
Right, look. You notice, Kay-Hong, you were asking me a moment ago about I, the imaginary number. Something interesting happens here. If this piece here was a positive number, then you have two answers. Like, for example, plus or minus 9 means plus or minus 3. So if this was positive, you'll get two answers. But what would happen if it was a 0?
Wow.
One answer, because plus or minus 0 is the same thing, right? So that's only one answer. But if it's a negative, no answer. No real answer. Because your calculator cannot calculate the square root of a negative number. So this piece here is important for the equation, and it's called the discriminant of the equation. And we usually give it a symbol like delta to represent it. B squared minus 4AC. And this is called the discriminant.
How many answers?
It tells us how many answers we have. So, if the discriminant is positive, then that means 2 real roots. If the discriminant is 0, that means 1 real root. Or, if you want to think about it this way, they're 2, but
Same.
they're the same. So, sometimes people call this a repeated root, meaning it's 2, but they're both the same. And lastly, if the discriminant is negative, then that means no real roots. Okay, so we'll have a look at some examples. If you can please write that down in your notebook. Discriminant.
Why is number 4 different
In the last
in
exercise?
the homework?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. We'll do it in the tutorial tomorrow. I just want you to have a go at it. That's all.
Use U is equals to X.
Yeah. Okay, do you have that? Yeah? Let's have a look at some examples. Can I scroll down? Yep.
Yeah.
So my first example, how many real roots does, oh, it's catching. It's contagious. You're going to make everyone sick.
No, no.
Well, it started with him. Right, how many real roots does minus 5x squared plus 7x plus 2 have? Now, please note, I am not asking you for the roots. I'm just asking you how many roots. Do you understand? Not what they are. So, the discriminant, what will that be here? 49 minus 4 times minus 5 times 2. And I don't even have to calculate this because I can clearly see it's positive because a minus by a minus, plus a plus and a plus, a plus. So therefore, 2 real roots. Yeah? Okay, can you write this down? We'll do it harder. Okay. Huh?
I just uncomfortable with my nose.
You can't. Impossible.
Yeah, I not
49 minus 22.
49 plus 40, isn't it? 89, wasn't it?
Yeah, 89.
Yeah, plus 8.
Okay, can you write that down, please? We'll have a look at a harder example now.
No, but if you write this down and you look at it and you know what the answer is, you still have to solve it or just you can just.
Yeah, I don't know. For the exam, you better play it safe and you better write in equals 89, which is positive. But I'm just saying it's kind of obviously positive. I mean, it couldn't be anything else. Right. Can I scroll down? Yeah. Someone please. So, same question. I want you to try this, but I'm making it a bit harder now. How many roots does kx squared plus minus k minus 9 x plus 4 have? And there's only one thing you know about k. There's one fact you know about k. What's that?
It's not 0.
Why not?
It's x squared.
Yeah. The only thing you know about k is that it's not 0. But it could be anything else. Now, you might say, how is it possible I can calculate the discriminant if I don't know the k? So I want you to calculate it and see what happens. You can tell from looking at the discriminant, even if the k is in it. See what you get. Try this for a minute.
It's quarter.
Hmm?
You can find rows more for the final.
Can't find the roots because you don't know k.
Yeah, but
Two roots. Yeah.
So looking like two roots. Yeah?
Because you get a square and
That's it, yeah.
a positive number,
Yeah.
so it should be more than 0.
Exactly, yeah. Could it equal 0?
A square at 80.
Yeah, so it can't equal 0. So it has to be 2.
I am not following.
Yeah, no, I know, it's a hard one. I'm going to do it now. Can you look up? So, discriminant equals b squared, correct?
Yeah.
Minus 4 times 4 times k. What's that? 16k.
Mm-hmm.
B squared minus 4ac. Now, let's simplify. This is k squared plus 18k plus 81 minus 16k. So that's k squared
Plus 2k plus 81.
yeah, plus 81. But you can rewrite this as k plus 1 squared plus 80. Can't you?
And then it's y.
But this is obviously always positive
Yeah,
because it
because
because of the square.
it's above the,
Yeah, it's above 80.
yeah.
Yeah. So, therefore, even though you don't know the value of k, you can know that this has 2 real roots. Uh-oh, someone has a low battery.
You factorized k squared plus 2k plus 20.
K squared plus... I completed the square,
Okay, completed the
Yeah.
square.
which you said you're now an expert on from watching your YouTube video.
I said I practiced.
Okay, right, I'm exaggerating.
Yes, very much.
Very much, okay. Right, can you write that down and we'll have a look at the next example now. You got that?
Yeah.
So, no matter what value of k you pick, you'll make a quadratic with 2 real roots, as long as you don't pick k as 0. What would happen if k was 0? What equation would you have? Linear. Linear. And how many solutions would it have?
One.
1. So as long as it's a quadratic, it'll have 2. Yeah? Okay. Can I scroll down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what we're going to do differently in the next example is this time I'm going to tell you how many roots it has. So the equation minus k plus 3 x squared minus, oh sorry, I wrote the wrong sign, plus minus 2k minus 4 x minus k minus 2 has one distinct real root. Find k. And the only thing you know about k is that it's not going to be 3. Yeah. Why can't it be 3? It's not quadratic anymore. Actually, I should stick in the word quadratic there. You don't have to. The quadratic equation has one distinct real root. Find k. So what do you know about the discriminant?
Same.
Is equal to 0.
Yeah.
That's enough to find the k. See what you can do. You got it, Ming? What answer did you get for k? Minus 2. Yes. Let's have a look at the answer now, yeah? So we'll start by saying discriminant equals 0. Why? One real root. Yeah. So b squared minus 4a. Now what's the c?
Minus k.
Minus 2. Yeah. Should equal
0.
4k squared plus 16k plus 16 minus 4 bracket bracket equals 0. I'm going to multiply these two before I multiply by 4. So that would be k squared minus 2k, is it?
Minus k.
Hang on, let me think. I'll do it myself. Minus 3k plus 2k minus k minus 6. Okay, 4k squared plus 16k plus 16 minus 4k squared plus 4k plus 24 equals 0. Cancel, cancel. 20k,
14
and then 16,
plus
40, is it? And then here we go, yeah, 20k equals minus 40, so k equals minus 2. So k must have been minus 2. Here. Okay, can you write that down if you need to? Okay. So when you're ready, you can have a start on your homework. These aren't not as quick as the last lesson. ABD, ABW, and ADE. Yeah. Question, yeah? Lacey? Yes.
This is right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look at the question.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Oh, sorry.
I already said it. You're just using the
Just he.
hint.
Yeah, hint. And this, I must use you.
No, you can use T,
Yeah.
but it's the same.
Yeah, it's same.
So what are you asking me?
Yeah, I want this word. This word.
Assume.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or just like
that's
that.
not. No, we don't.
Use the same.
Yeah. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. You can say let or
Oh.
use, but
Oh,
let really let x squared equals t. Let,
yeah.
not
Oh,
not
assume.
assume. No. I'm trying to think what would be an example of assume. Yeah, it's the same as suppose or maybe. Yeah, no, but for what you have here, we say let or make. Yeah. Yeah.
I will check this very simple.
Mm.
Also,
Which question is this?
your task.
Hmm?
So I synthesis now. I also calculate through your answer, but I have maybe have calculated some mistake. I don't know where I have made mistake.
Which question is this? Oh, the one I did.
Yeah. I think this step also calculates with results. Also, I don't know where I have the mistake.
Yeah, let me check.
I can give you a touch back.
Oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. I'll just think it first. Which question is this? Which one?
Where's that?
Yeah, but you have here -2, don't you?
Where's
Well, I thought it was different. It's -k -2.
Oh, so it's plus the one.
You lost the letter.
Yeah.
Plus that. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So what's the homework?
Oh, I just closed it. You wrote it down.